friend to independent booksellers everywhere, but especially in the Northwest, Garth Stein has written the heart-wrenching tale of Enzo, a philosopher dog, who narrates a retrospective of his life on the eve of his death. Deeply tied to his people, Denny and Zoe, Enzo is much more than the family pet, a unique meditation on humanity from the perspective of a wise four-legged friend. The art of racing in the rain has been lauded across the globe. Garth is also here winning his second Pacific Northwest Book Award. The previous was awarded in 2006 for his fabulous novel, How Evan Broke His Head and Other Secrets. Garth currently lives in Seattle with his wife and family. Please join me in welcoming Garth Stein.
Hi, everyone. I promise I'm not going to cry this time. Over the past 4 years, I've made a lot of new friends who I really appreciate. I call them booksellers. They're actually pretty nice people once you get to know them, and I know that sometimes authors on a whirlwind tour and stuff don't bother to get to know them, and I would encourage them to do that because the idea of a writer getting words out, it's not just about writing the book and the book, get the publisher and then the book gets published and all that. It's also about how the words get disseminated and how the words get out there and who stands up for those words and who puts it in people's hands and who does that hand selling and does all the work. So in a sense, I feel honored that you've given me this award, but it's also kind of your award. And if there were any way that I could create a frame that had all these little teeny bookstores in it, like you have all the books in the frames, we could do one with like all the little bookstores from all the bookstores in the Northwest could be in a frame. That would be a really cool thing. I thought the idea too late, like last night about 3 o'clock. I was unable to implement that idea, but as I'd like to take a minute. I'm not going to read a poem, but I do want to take a minute to read one thing, which it struck me as very kind of neat because I didn't know what to say tonight and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, what do I feel like I've talked to the PNBA people so much they're probably tired of hearing from me. And yet miraculously I got a package from my publisher the other day, yesterday actually, with all sorts of actual letters. Remember these? With stamps. And surprisingly, they all had very old postage. This one is September 20th, 2008. That's how long it takes. I mean, I was getting things from May. And I'm like, couldn't they put it in the envelope sooner so I could address it sooner? But it was really neat to get like some of these things. And I opened up this one, and I'd like to read it to you because it kind of struck me as something kind of special. It's from, she writes, I'm a 53-year-old elementary school teacher in Salt Lake, a pug owner, and a short story writer, which means that she wants me to introduce her to my agent. Dear Garth, I see your website for the Art of Racing in the Rain is full of dog stories, and I appreciate all of those. But I want to share with you how another aspect of your wonderful story touched our lives. My sweetheart's former wife accused him of molesting their 4-year-old girl. While due process takes weeks and months, he has not seen his daughter in over a year. His heart breaks every day with the outrage of a crazy and unjust situation, money draining away to attorneys and way too slow judicial workings. Your depiction of Denny is the protagonist in my book, your depiction of Denny speaking directly to his accuser, of pleading with the heart of a father, enabled my guy to try to work out his differences with his ex-wife. He saw that those issues were at the source of the problem after all. She has admitted there was no such molestation, and they will begin to seek counseling to help enable them to be good parents. It's nothing short of a miracle. I can only imagine how putting a sweet piece of fiction out there must have surprised the hell out of you when you have to consider the impact the story has. May you always be delighted as your reward. And it occurred to me, I said I wasn't going to cry. We do things. As writers, we put our words out there, and in our lives, we try to put ourselves out there in front of people. And we do it, I don't think we do it casually. We shouldn't be doing it casually. We should try to affect other people's lives. We should try to touch people. We should try to get, whether it's by entertaining them, or by making them laugh or cry, or by making them rise to action, like this book did for this one particular people, we should be doing that. And I really do feel there's a partnership between us up here as writers. We get the red carpet treatment, we get the pretty frame. But the fact is, without the booksellers around to facilitate getting our words out there, no one would hear them. We would be shouting down a well. So we all are doing, you guys have all your wonderful bookstores. And I know you're doing it because it's not because you just thought, oh, this is the easiest job I could have. You're doing it because you have a passion for words, and a passion for expression, and a passion for literature, and for sharing experiences, and for getting all these things out there. And that's what's so wonderful about this whole industry. I mean, I love being a writer. I love writing. I love doing readings. I love talking to people. I love going to bookstores. I love booksellers. I love people who are in the publishing industry, because we're all doing it with this weird sort of passion that if we can just get this one book into somebody's hands, if we can just get someone to read this, that will change their lives. And when that happens, then that's the magic of it. So this is a wonderful award, and I do very much appreciate it, and I'm going to work on this. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to get every little storefront, and we're going to put it in a frame. And one day I'm going to come back. It may take me 20 years, but one day I'm going to come back, and I'm going to give you all the Writers Award for PNBA. All right, forget it. Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate it.